Let's do that. Ah, disconnect.
There we go. Okay. We good? Yep, should be. That's so annoying. Why does it do that? Oh well, I guess I should have done this first. Rip. Audio. Most expensive piece of hardware on the computer. And then for whatever reason, it always... I have to unplug and plug the USB back in for it to work. Why is this so messy? Who did this? I did this. That's it. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. This and this. Do we need that many tri-edges? No. This is my paint clean that belongs here. And then we'll just put these aside. All right. Check out some audios or some chats. That's what we need. We need chats. Select. Hey, what's going on? And then we'll look at this one. Should be working. I hope it just works. That's always the best when it actually just works. How you guys doing? We're gonna do our slip solution here. We got a windshield to do. So that's gonna be fun. Good morning. It's like late morning now. I had this here for a little bit longer than I'd like to admit before we're getting started on it. I gotta redo a quarter window, and we're doing the full windshield in ceramic. Apex, so it'll be a big one today. Let that fill up. Redo quarter window, is that from you? Actually from me. And you know what? I'll be honest. It doesn't look good. And I don't know how this happened. You know what? It's gotta be a water issue. I just didn't squeegee it very well. But I'll show you. I did the other ones. And the other ones look great. But this has been on here for a little bit. And there's a couple of water pockets right here. But this is what kills me the most. Is like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bigger air pockets right here in a little cluster. It just must have not gotten squeegeed well, because I thought it was dirt at first, but that's just air. So water pockets, that had a little air in it, dried out, and looks like hot garbage, so we're gonna replace that. But it works out. They had to get the windshield replaced on the day that they brought it in, so we ended up just doing the sides. The doors look good. The other quarter looks good. But that's one that I let go that looks like hot garbage, so I don't know how that happened. It's because I suck. How should you price when installing on a Ford Transit when installing nano carbon film? More? I would just charge more. I couldn't tell you exactly what to charge, but I would just charge more. More film, more time. I feel like this isn't working. Maybe now it is. We'll see. Oh yeah, let me refresh this. There it is. There's our live stream. Chat. That's what we want to see. It's too bad the TikTok one doesn't get synced. What cart should I buy for putting my tools on? I bought the service cart, 1 drawer from Harbor Freight, and it didn't fit anything, so I returned it and brought the 5 cart drawer. I mean, I might have both of them. Like, this one, is this the one you're talking about with the 5? And then this is the one over there? I've got another one in the back room as well that's a 1 cart. Well, I like the cart idea. I just find myself not being a cart person, though, in practicality. Oh. You should probably move this out of the way, huh? I have this as camera B. Yeah. Does that work? Oh, wow, look at that. That's fun. The white one, 5 drawers, the one that I bought. I like it. It's got 4 casters on it, which is, I would put 2 more, or swivel casters. I would put 2 more swivel casters on that one. Okay, thanks. I'm having a difficult time with my pricing sheet right now. Oh, I mean, do you have somebody actively asking you about a transit, or you're just trying to plan for it? Because, like, pricing for me, it's like it's nice to have it all laid out. But let's clean this first. But like, it's hard to plan for every situation. So I don't know how long you've been going for, but you're always just gonna have weird situations that pop up. So it's okay to see what's working for you now and then just adjust it some based on that. Do you have an estimate for a Model 3, all glass tinted? Do you want a full back window, or do you want just a half back window? Oh, by the way, I got these a while ago. Super handy to have for something like this. These are little workbench ladders, so you don't really have a great place to stand when you get these types of vans. So it's still harder to reach the middle, but a lot easier than trying to have like a stool. Full back window on the Tesla. Full back window with like all the sides and the full windshield. We'll do 700 in carbon, 800 in C2 ceramic, or 900 in Apex. I gotta use a 40-inch roll on this one. I'm almost positive I have to. I'll double check in software. Ooh. Actually, let's look it up first. Is this current? Oh, now it's current. Okay, there we go. No, it's not. Let me refresh this and make sure. Oh, now it's all gone. 36 on the windshield. Are you sure? All right. This is a... I actually don't know what year this is. It's like walking around a house every time I have to check. I don't even know where they put the VIN on this thing, other than there. Manufacturer's date. One sec. I have it on my list. Carlos booked a blah 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 blah. Checked in. 25 silver. No, it's not. It's not supposed to be that one. Oh, it's a 19. 19. It's gonna be in a Ram, right? Ooh, is it a Pro-master or is it a Pro-master City? That's definitely gonna be a Pro-master, not a City. And then cargo van. This looks right. Windshield. And we'll go to the cupboard. We'll see what a 36-inch looks like. Ooh, 36 is gonna be a little small because the corners come all the way up here. So it might barely, but you really should do a 40 on it. This might be one, you know what? Ooh, do I plotter cut this? Do we hand cut this or do we plotter cut it? It's gonna be a giant pain in the butt by hand. It just will. It'll be so much easier because like it's all about where you're getting to. So I'm gonna take the whole thing, line it with glass aid, stretch across, trim it out. But it just becomes a pain in the butt. I can just coat it, cut my piece, roll it out. Hand cut, you can get away with 36. It's got to be just barely. Hand cut it. All you guys are saying hand cut would totally plotter cut it. If you had it in front of you, I guarantee you'd be like, I'm just gonna plot it. I gotta find my 40-inch roll. It's gonna be this one back here. It's a good thing I planned for it though. I have a 40-inch roll right here. Hand cut that joint, but I don't wanna. I actually really don't want to today. Overruled. Your arms are too short to handcuff that. That's what I'm saying. If I was a little taller and had a little bit more of a wingspan. You know what the other thing is too? This is a brand new heavy roll. Yes, I can have Mark help me unroll it across the windshield. I'm gonna hand cut it, or I'm gonna plotter cut it today. Computer cut Pro isn't always exact on the mirror cutouts. Yeah, I'm gonna try Core. We ran into a few. So far, Core's been a smidge better than computer cut, but I was really happy with some of the cuts we have with computer cut so far. Most definitely would plot myself, but for the video, yeah, see, that's it. Can you show your retractable spraying system? Yeah, absolutely. It's actually really simple. But I didn't know anything about fittings going into it, so if I had known some things, I would have made some adjustments first. I probably would have gotten a different reel, just a less expensive one. That would have worked fine. I recently purchased a Titan 2, and I use DigiCut. Any thoughts on the software? I mean, it's okay. I had a similar setup. I was using the Workhorse 1, and then I switched to the Workhorse 2, was using the same software, and then when I got Core, I got Core around the same time I got a GraphTech. LMAT for using the plotter. You know what? The other question is, how do windshields line up? And I don't typically ever plot windshields, but I'm going to give it a chance today. If I didn't have a camera around my neck, it'd be a little bit easier. I'm in my trial period at the moment. You can also get a free trial to Computer Cut really easily, but just pure software suite to software suite. DigiCut's going to be a little bit easier to understand and use. Core, I think, has the best. Wow, this whole thing should be cleaned off on the inside. Just put the GoPro on your head. Mr. Clean. What's up, man? Thank you for the 3. I appreciate it. Plotters are good as a beginner for sure, but you're gonna find yourself being overly dependent on it. So you just want to try and make it a habit to force yourself to hand cut some extra more than what you would need to use off of the plotter. Core's the long-term goal. But it's like the same price as Digi. So like, why not just get that? Like they're all, that's the thing. A lot of software is kind of the same price now. You've got film and vinyl and a couple others. Not Computer Cut. What's the other one called? Tinting. Kind of sneaking in there at a slight discount. But other than that, I mean, there's no reason to hold off on getting Core unless you just had a hard time getting it. If I had to pick one versus the other, it's Core every time. Core doesn't run on the Titan 2. It doesn't? What? Is that true? I thought they got it with the other ones. That's stupid. What about the Workhorse machines? Because those are basically the same thing, aren't they? I had issues trying to run it off of a Mac. Have you ever picked up a corner of the towel and it just randomly picks up a corner of the tint? Oh, yeah. Especially with a rope. There must be something going on here with TikTok again. I hate when this happens. we'll click that and then click this. Because here's my stream. Oh, no, I think it is working. Oh, I should view it. Hang on one sec. Oh, actually not terrible. Okay, cool. What are we doing? Okay. We're gonna clean the inside first because it's a big old thing and I want to make sure it's nice and pretty before I cover it in a dryer sheet. We're gonna just take our time today. Yeah, it works on the Workhorse too. So it works on the Workhorse too, but not the Titan 2. It must just be they just never put in the effort. I don't know. Because I don't know the company that does the Titan 2s, but I know the machines are basically the same, so. All right, I'm gonna grab an extra one. Yeah, we're taking sweet old time today. I just got a windshield, a big one, so I'm not in a rush. Digi, in my opinion, goes better with the Workhorse 2. User interface for Core is better. User interface for plotter software as a whole doesn't matter. Core gets like a big W for that. But they're also just better on patterns. It's on the outside. Look at how much space they gave me down here too. Good job, Pro-master. That on the outside, that's on the outside. Probably gonna run across quite a few bug guts that's on the outside. Your sprayer is airless? No, it's charged. I use an air compressor. I like that. So if I'm mobile too, I like that better. True sprays, very cool. Any of the pump sprayers, they're cool machines for sure. But it's just another thing that can go wrong that I got to keep charged. So when I was mobile, I would go around to different shops and I would just use their air compressor. But I always had a tire air compressor as a backup. So I'd throw my spray tank in the back of my vehicle and parts would freeze overnight too in the wintertime. So that's another reason why. I just like less things that can break down. Yep, we're doing 35. What? That's so annoying. Let's get a good close up there. Double tap to flip the screen. So I'd be more inclined to use a battery pump here. But again, like, it's just, I don't know. The people that like them, they really like them, and I have nothing but nicer things overall to say about them. But I like how simple that is. You just take an air compressor, you put it on. I'm not saying it's making it overly complicated by adding a pump. I just always seem to saw it as a little bit unnecessary. Backpacks are cool too. Does inside and outside make a big difference? Installing? Oh yeah, definitely. So all the prep happens on the outside. So we're gonna shrink it, cut it, get it all nice and purty, and then it always gets installed on the inside. That's just the easiest way to shape it. We got space out here. We don't have space in there to cut it. It'll get all crinkled. Outdoors? Oh, you mean like tinting outdoors then? We're always tinting the outside. Yeah, it definitely matters. So I can't control outside, or it's very hard to control the outside. So this is a big piece of film. The wind wants to take it and turn it into a kite. How does the bottom loading eliminate the need to fold the tint back when tucking into the seals? Oh, so if I'm two-staging, I have to get it tucked into the bottom, but I can't do it all at once because this is creating a seal. So if I remove the bottom seal, this is open. So then I just peel the hole liner, drop the whole thing in. I'm not doing a multi-step process. It's far easier to install when you remove the bottom seal. It's still funny when people see you put it on the outside, they freak out. It's like, it's all the same. It's that, water, there's not a single thing that you can do. If I take a blade near a window, I'm scratching it. Like, you just can't win. Oh, I like that. Apex. No glue on that one. That's not every time, though. Does it not bother you when people ask if it goes on the outside? It depends on the mood that they catch me in, really. When it happens like 5 times in the stream, I always feel like super redundant in explaining it. Where is it? Oh, it's back there. Because of course it is. Oh, I should have cut the quarter window first. Then I could have made sure my windshield's dialed in. That'll suck if that's not the case. We're using GeoShield films. All right, now where do I put my windshield? I should put the windshield on the windshield. Is it dry yet? It's almost dry. It's pretty much dry. But I hope to get a tent soon or make a carport. Yeah, you want to be able to control that kind of stuff. It's opportunity cost too. Because if you're relying on the weather to tint, like, oh, it's raining today, or oh, it's too windy, or oh, it's too cold, that just costs you money. And that sucks. Wah! Big old windshield. We're gonna put you up here for now. What other options can you give if you don't have a steamer to remove a back window? Well, I'll tell you, I wasn't born with a steamer either. I went to a store and I bought it. So I would do that. Windex and trash bag. That's another possibility. It depends on how hot it is outside. It's like a sweet 60 something degrees outside right now. It is not trash bag weather here, and it very rarely is. All right, so we'll go to vehicles. This one. Go to cupboard. I'll delete that. So nice. You could even take this a little bit more. Cut. It's 105 here. Dang. Yeah, like we have the garage door open a little bit now. That's our air conditioning for today. It works better than inside. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, I really like it. That's nice. That's what we want to see. How much was a plotter setup? That one is in the neighborhood of like 7,500. You don't need one that big if you're just doing tint. But if you're doing PPF, it's better to have a 60-inch machine. Where's my covers? What should I expect from Pro Nano? I just got my order chip. I mean, what are you asking? Like, it's a good film. It's a 2mm film, so it's going to be a little bit thicker. We used to use it, and then we switched to C2. But it's still a hell of a film. On my Mercedes I got zero tint all the way around. I got double zero tint all the way around. Good for you. Most people are like, I got double 5, and I'm like 2%. I got double 0. Oh shit. Well, I guess you can't see anything. I painted my windows black. Yeah, but this guy sounds like he painted his window black with multiple coatings. Do you like 3M films for sun resistance? I mean, I guess I like all window films for that. At night I can't see crap. No shit. I want to block out 99.99% of the visible light. Why'd you switch from Pro Nano to Pro Nano to C2? The color tone. It is a little bit better on performance. Gotta block out the haters with the tint. I actually like that. That's the hater special. So you can't see them. They can't see you, but you definitely can't see them. I just block them out with my aura. Oh, thank you for the coins. I appreciate that. All right. So we hope this one looks better this time. It's especially clean. Ooh, do you know what I shouldn't have done? I shouldn't have done that. Because now it's wet. And I don't really need to trim it. So if I roll it up, the underside's going to be wet. Good job. We can probably just cape it over. Yeah, that'll work. Hey, Mark. Mark, do you have a minute?
No.
Dang. You need to stretch this over the windshield. Or I could stand here until it hang dries. No. Tell in chat. I put it on the board. Here, grab that, and then we'll just have to bring it on over. Up over the wipers. Huh?
This is the right way.
Yeah. Over the wipers we go. Oh, I have to stand on the short ladder. Mark just has to stand. Okay, I got room on this side to come over.
Ooh, I've got to come over. I'm not covered.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'm like a quarter-inch short.
Shut up. Oh, this is it's fucking aftermarket, and I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, guess what's not gonna fit, boys? This one ain't gonna fit. Yep, I'm about a 1/4 inch shy here. Well,
The plotter strikes again.
I guess
Why
so.
don't you hand cut?
We had a debate about that. And I'm like, oh, it's so easy just to plot this one.
I mean, it's not trash. I'm sure this is big enough to cover some windshield, just not this one.
Yeah. Why don't I plot windshields? This is why. Well, look at that. Everybody that wanted a hand cut, y'all won. If you hand cut windshields always, I agree. So this is an aftermarket windshield. I knew that because they literally came in with a cracked one, got it replaced, came in. But I'm streaming. I didn't think about it. Unfortunately, don't blame the plotter. No, not really. Kind of. The system as a whole, I guess I could do that, right? Because a lot of times you can have an aftermarket back window and it's gonna be fine. The art of hand cutting is the only reason why I tint windows. I can respect that. Yeah, like OEM windshields versus aftermarket, they can vary a lot because, I mean, they got the shape, right? Doesn't mean they have to get the dot shape exactly the same. But as far as I know, this was the right one. We picked the year. It's one of 2. So maybe the other one would have fit. It's always worth looking at, but now I definitely don't know. No, it's definitely not this one. This one's all squared off. So it's just likely to be a total miss here. All right, where's my tool belt? Let's go grab a roll. Actually, might not need to. I should. I might be able to get Glass Aid to stick without having to scrub it off today because it's already dry. It's not going to stick super well though. So I might this might just be a total cluster today. Let me just see. Because I'd really rather not have to scrub this whole thing down. But let me see what we're doing today. What's the best way to remove tint? You can try a heat gun. A lot of times it'll leave glue behind though. So some soapy water, really like any soapy water, and some 1-inch razor blades, it'll scrape off. Yeah, this'll work. Okay, I don't have to start over. It's sticking well enough. I'm just trying not to stretch this at all. But it's not getting wet again. Not until after it's cut, so we're good. Can Can you show where you lay the aid line? Yes. Always on the very edge for me. So as long as I'm cutting on the white line, I'm getting a pattern that's wider than the dots is the idea here. So it's a 1/4 inch wide tape. So if I aim for the middle, then my border is going to be about 1/8 of an inch. I don't always need it at 1/8. It can be slimmer, but when I'm trimming it, my knife might get a little bit closer to the edge. So you can always see the dots. Sedan, all hand cut. It just depends on how fast you are. So my quickest that I'd say like on an average car, I could get it done just inside of an hour. But I'm typically aiming for like an hour and a half, 2 hours at the very most. That's if I'm like lollygagging. My tint looks like crap. So when you take a crap, do you like, damn, that looks like my window tint? All right, Mark, round 2. This time I got a heavy roll. I should unroll this. Ugh, I gotta measure it. What could go wrong? What's your opinion on a chameleon tint? It fails too fast a lot of times. Yay! Oh, that actually wasn't terrible. Hold. Perfect. I'll get there eventually. Just takes me a little longer. All right, all good. Thank you. I'm gonna swap this blade. See, this is like take as much sweet time today as I possibly want. I'm getting old. I know it. I feel it. It's not fun. I can't remember the last time I changed this blade, which is why I want to change it. Ooh, that's nice. How much do you get paid an hour? That's my shop, so the same. Definitely the same. But I have like this one window to do now. So I just want to have a good time today. Where'd you get that razor tool? From our store. It's called the Snitty, or just a safety cutter. Snitty, S-N-I-T-T-Y. It's basically like a overkill letter opener. Blades are stainless so they don't rust, and they last a long time. You can switch it around 4 different ways. For such a big windshield, it's really flat. When you heat the paper, do you use the guides? I don't understand the question. Where are you that they allow front windshield tint? Michigan. Why do you tack the vertical edges for shrinking? Look at them like anchors. So when I'm shrinking, what it's doing is literally shrinking the film. So we're molding it to that shape, but as you heat it, these lines are now kind of pulling this way, right? So what that's doing is a little bit of tension. So you kind of want to just anchor down your sides, just so as you're shrinking, it doesn't lift the film off of the sides. The better, and like when you understand what you're actually looking for with shrinking, you really don't need to tack down the sides, but think of it as an anchor and also a no-no line. So you don't ever want to take heat and put it right on the edge here. You don't want to shrink off the sides. You can pull film off the sides, but you never shrink out the sides. We're always shrinking in a vertical way. So like this right here. I have this finger, it's coming close to the side. I'm still gonna make sure I'm not shrinking right on this line. Just inwards a little bit. Shrink, 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 shrink. But we might have to stretch the rest of the slack out on the sides. So I can take this and then do that and just kind of like pull it around the corner. Shrink off the sides? No, then it screws up my windshield. I already have one windshield that's basically guaranteed to go in the garbage. What happens if you tack a thicker section? You're losing real estate. So the most amount of curve are going to be in the top cornered areas. So if I take my card and I tack down this whole side area here, that's a great anchor, but I've taken all this and made it flat and pushed that here. So what can happen is you have really big sharp fingers here versus loosening it up and now taking this whole surface and having a little bit more opportunity to shrink the film. Why aren't you answering my questions? Who do you recommend for ads and lead gen? Sorry, I wasn't ignoring it intentionally. So I'm using Union right now. They're doing all our ads. I don't know if they're the best company for it, but they've been doing a pretty good job. We're getting a lot of leads every day. Union has an agency. You don't have to use their film. They're pretty economical with running ads. So I like them. They've been really nice, super attentive. But we absolutely needed to do it. We just weren't getting much organic traffic. Not near as much as we get with actual leads coming in. So with leads though, they're very like lukewarm. Some of them are like, oh sure, but people are still shopping around a little bit from them. So you're just gonna have to entertain and try and convince more people that you're the place to go. But it's 100% worth it. I think our monthly ad spend is around $1,000. And what we make off that more than covers it. Like if we get literally 2 to 3 jobs, that covers our ad spend. At least at the prices that we're at. On average, it's like two fulls with like a windshield. Are you attending any expos? I always like the idea, and then that time comes, and then I'm not there lately. I might be able to make my way out there. I really should be out there for SEMA. But we'll see. This middle part. This is unironically easy to get right in the middle. Oh. I just started tinting and it took me 6 hours to do just the windshield. I thought you were going to say full car. Because that's what the first full car, but that was after training, so that's not unusual. Tinting's tough. I mean, the fact that you got whatever result that you got off of it is really good. It gets substantially faster. It's about, because you're learning so much when you're trying to do everything for the first time, and then you will constantly make dumb, annoying mistakes as you're getting better, and just try and learn everything you can from each one. But it's just like getting the concepts down. But it's frustrating that way, is you take a lot of material, end up throwing it in the trash. Do you go live this frequently? Yeah. Yeah, we've been a lot more frequent lately. We had some streaming technical issues for a hot minute there, but everything's working great. I mean, I'm not even using it right now, but look at this. Oh, no, nothing happened. Just kidding. Whoa, look at that. I'll probably use that a little bit more for the install, but I get a way better view off of this one than I thought I would. Take about 3 to 4 hours for a full car. I've been in the same ballpark lately. Like full car with a windshield, I'm 3 to 4 hours. Is it financially worth it to stream these jobs? I mean, yeah, or we just couldn't do it. But it was a long road to get to this point. So for a long time, no. But it definitely is now. What percentages would you get? 20, 35, and 5. 50 for sure for windshields, but it just depends on who you're tinting for. Some demographics is just 50s, like, oh no, I don't want to go that light. It's all like 35 on windshields. But we don't hardly ever install 50 on front doors. We do sometimes, but unironically, tomorrow we are. Yeah, in Vegas, 35. Yeah, every area is going to be a little bit different. Where I'm at, I do a lot more 50 on windshields, 35 on front doors, but it's definitely not uncommon for me to do 20% or 5. What temperature is on your heat gun? It's on high, always on high. So this has 2 settings, low and high. I always look at heat guns like this. I can control my heat with distance. So distance and speed. So I can get it really close, but I gotta move it substantially faster so I don't burn myself, right? But if I slow way down, it hurt really quick. But I can hold it more steady from about here, right? And hold my hand here longer. Now it's starting to hurt. So turn the heat gun on high and just get used to both speed and distance with like any gun. All right, let's trim this out. They should give you guys tickets for doing the front doors and the windshields. I mean, they give the drivers tickets. But that's only if they're not meeting whatever the state regulations are. Windshields are fine with a medical prescription. At least here it is. So we're not doing anything wrong. Are you trimming it on the tape or the side? Always on the tape. That's why I put it there. So it's a guideline. So I can see it. But the added bonus is that it's very thick and it works as a protective layer. So I'm cutting on the tape so I don't put a scratch in their nice new windshield. They should give you guys tickets for doing them. Why you gotta be so mean? I think they should make the limits actually make sense. And then you'd probably have a little bit more compliance. You should get a ticket for being annoying. That's the ultimate, like, middle schooler retaliation right there. Get a ticket for doing that. Well, you should get a ticket for being annoying. I love it. Everybody should just get tickets. You get a ticket, and you get a ticket. What do you mean, the dots? So you see the dot border here? We're cutting just outside that. Does the wrap prevent chips and cracks? No, that is a product that exists now, but this is going on the inside. This is just your regular old premium ceramic windshield tint. BMWs have the windshield, the dots on the top. Yeah. You still go over it. Some of them are bigger than others. I'm so thoroughly annoyed at Michigan's tint laws. I agree. I am too. But I learned it's worse. So I don't hate it quite as much as I used to. There's some states that are 70%, so basically means nothing. And there's some states that have actual percentages for the rears on both SUVs and sedans, which is just really annoying. So Michigan, you can go as dark as you want on the rear. You just get popped for the fronts potentially. So it's not as bad as it could be. I locked in for that middle cut. Dude, I had to stretch. I had to stretch quite far for that. What tape is it? Cut guard. Glass aid cut guard. This is 35. He's only a short ass. I'm not a tall ass or a smart ass. I'm definitely a smart ass. I'm an average height. What fire detector? What are you talking about? I don't hear anything. Did you use a 40-inch roll? Yes. Somebody in chat said you could get away with a 36. I didn't want to try it. It'd be real close. It looks like it would just be a smidge short, though. I forgot to remove the cut guard. Oh, really? What percentage is that? 35. Okay, so this on this side. I get my 60-inch rolls cut 22 and 38. You know, I've definitely heard it. I've never had it. But I should have. I should have for a little bit. There's always a 36-24. But like with your 22s, you're still covering Rams? Or no, for sure Rams, like F-150s and... Okay, so we did scrub the inside. Let's make sure that's clean. We're gonna squeegee it off one more time, roll this, and then we'll be good to go. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done a... I usually get transits. Transits I feel like are a little bit more annoying. Pro-master's got everything in the right spot here. What soap mix? I use, I got a lot of space on this side. I should have probably cut this a little bit wider. Ooh, I should have alcohol this too. What did we lose? I don't know. I should go get some alcohol and touch up the edges. Yeah, I'm not reaching that. Any recommendations on where to buy a wall mount film dispenser? I think Sun Distributing has the tint rack. That one was pretty cool. It was like 3D printed inserts. And they go inside the core. And then you just have a rack on the wall that they go on. The handle looks like the bulldozer handle. Oh yeah, because we took inspiration. This is a Slim Slam. We took inspiration directly from the bulldozer. So this bit right in here, we're using Apex. I haven't had it happen in a while, and I don't know why. Maybe it's improved. Sometimes it's just, I think, sheer luck. But wiping off the inside with a little bit of alcohol just helps. This isn't alcohol. 1 sec, I'm gonna get some. This one? There we go. Will GeoShield cut a 60? Why? Good stuff. Yeah, they definitely will. I don't have that workflow on 313 tint though. But I find 60-inch boxes kind of annoying. Oh yeah, I got more space back here than I thought I would. That's always a good thing. Jump scared. Yeah, that was nice, right? This is the most unflattering angle, like, nice. 10 out of 10. I'm close to Geo. I'm jealous. I want to take it. So I want to take a trip out to Vegas to see their Vegas location and hang out there for a bit. And I also want to make a trip out to Baton Rouge. What's the best way to clean glass with no streaks? Man, it's hard. A low lint towel. Alcohol, like a alcohol water spray, really. And then use one side as your wet side, one side as your dry side. Anything that evaporates really fast is going to leave less streaks behind. All right, you guys made me forget. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I want to try this. Hey, you take the glue off the tint faster. Adhesive removers. We'll see how this works here. Just a little added. See, didn't I say I was taking my sweet time today? I was not kidding. Koch KMI glass cleaner. I'll have to check it out. Big fan of Sprayway, Invisible Glass. I think Invisible Glass is an alcohol one. I don't know what Sprayway is. Sprayway smells nicer. But out of everything that I've used, CarPro Eraser. So I haven't tried like that many things. CarPro Eraser works amazing as a glass cleaner. And like 70% isopropyl, dilute it with some water. That works really well too. And the common theme seems to be any additives that make it take longer to dry leave streaks. If it evaporates really fast, it tends to just look really good. So clean towel and rubbing alcohol. Those are my favorites. All right, one more time. This is a Slim Slam. When I take my time, the most random thing screws up the job. Man, I hear ya. I feel it coming too. It's like, dude, that window's gonna look so perfect. Except for that fucking thing right there, right? Ugh. Speak of. Beautiful. A nasty glop of it right here. I was just gonna say fuck it and go. Look at this. Look at this chunk right here. All right, we're good. Yeah, I'm still expecting like, oh, this looks beautiful, except for that giant ass hair right there. Ready to make a mistake? Let's go. Do these have a computer under the dash, like the Ram pickups? I don't think so. I haven't seen any major issues though, so I doubt it. And that's kind of like, join our Facebook group. That's where I hear about issues the most. It's like, I'm usually not the first person to get something. So if somebody else gets it and then runs into a problem, and then they'll post about it in the group, like, oh, I just fucked up this vehicle. So we still see them quite a bit for certain vehicles, F-150 mirrors, Ram windshields, but haven't seen anything in a while. All right, so we're gonna peel this up to that corner. We're doing Apex. This is their 35% ceramic. I will pretty much, ooh, it's a stretch. I'll pretty much peel the entire thing, except for this little center part. See how there's like a low spot, water drips down in this area? So I keep that still sealed in. Just because when I loosen it, roll it up, there's still opportunity stuff to feed in from the edges, and I want to try and minimize that as much as possible. So I would sometimes get a little dirt trail there. A couple speckles around a mirror tab or something. Try and avoid that as much as I can. Then we spray the outside, we roll this up. Yes. Woo. Is it allowed by law? Or are you going to tell on us? Do you ever find the work difficult? Yeah, sometimes it's a pain in the ass. Like there's the last live stream, I think we had to redo a windshield. That's the worst. I won't. I bet you will. I bet you'll tell. How do you feel about Exo Shield? Is it really like rigid? I don't know. I'm actually not a good person to ask about the windshield protection films because I have not got a bunch and sampled them recently. It's a category I'm less interested in. It's extremely rigid, like Ultra Fit and some of the other ones.